right. Good evening. Welcome back to Steve's tiny little closet office. I turned the light on this time so you can actually see more of what I have in here. This is my mask that I've had through various states and countries and housing situations and whatnot. This is a Canon 7D that I've had for years. That was one of the biggest purchases I made aside from a car. This is a crap ton of Magic cards, which, don't gamble, kids. Especially not on Magic, because, yeah, you'll be broke. Oh, this is actually a print. I will wait until I get that frame to show you. That's by a friend of mine who's a brilliant artist. We've got some work of his in the living room. And then this absolute kitty destroyed box is full of mementos, possibly. I don't even know who they are. Okay. And then we've got a hookah, a Star Wars clock that does not work but is still extremely badass, and my father's gun stuff that I inherited. My runes. Well, I didn't really inherit the gun as much as steal it from him because he was going insane. But aside from that, this box has been in the family for a long time. It's got more Magic, tarot deck. Actually, the tarot deck is not in there, but this is my graded stuff. Some bags, Count of Monte Cristo, where I used to keep my money. Jean-Michel Basquiat deck of playing cards. Some wood tip, wine flavored Black and Milds. An Italian English dictionary, where I was in rehab years and years ago, and there was a guy in there, kid, that spoke very, very little English. And my ex was Italian, and still a very good friend of mine. But she had, or I don't remember if she gave me that or if I had bought it to try to learn Italian. But I happened to bring it with me to rehab, and it saved this dude's life because he was not able to communicate. And I was just like, oh, here, I randomly have a fucking Italian and American dictionary. What do you know? And I don't remember his name, but he was a sweet guy. But, and then I've got my shitastic computer, some photos, a 10-piece math set, obviously a candle. Ooh, this is one of my favorite books that I've read way too many times. Obviously, it's an older copy. King Rat by James Clavell, part of the Asian Saga. The briefest of the books. It's basically a book just to set up a conversation in a later book. But amazing author, amazing series. It begins with Shogun, which if you have not seen the TV adaptation of it, it is absolutely worth watching. So I haven't gotten into a whole lot of my personal stuff on this channel. My father just died the day before my birthday last month. And that's been a lot to unpack. I'm wearing his coat now, which I found an unopened pack of cigarettes in. And it was funny, it was the temptation to smoke them. I quit a while ago. The last cigarette I had was with him, trying to prove a point. But the temptation to smoke them just to be self-destructive was there. And he died of COPD and lung cancer and just overall unhappiness. But so since I'm on the topic of loss, I was going to do a piece tonight that I wrote about my first love, and now she speaks to me. So this one is called The Silent One Sleeps. The silent one sleeps, with hair loose about her neck, molten, searing. In the candlelight it reflect. The silent one sleeps with eyes shut against the dreams that in the darkness slowly seep between time's torn and tattered seams. The silent one sleeps with hands crossed upon her breast, whose breath time's heavy hand has stayed. The silent one sleeps with lips parted in parting words, whispered in the shadows, never to be heard. The silent one sleeps in a place I'll never see. The silent one sleeps and voiceless calls to me. Now, voiceless calls to me is not always the way it goes. It's the fun part of having a kind of miswired brain and having people still talk to you. You'll have to read my book for more on that, I guess. But, which is still a work in progress. But, this is part of my, I don't even know if I'd call it a novel, because it's, working with poetry and all kinds of funky stuff. But, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the poem, and I will post more. I don't know how many more tours of my little office I can give, because there's not a whole lot of shit in here. And good night.